Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a brand new season here on your favorite segment on my channel, Out of the Vault. If you are new, let me just say welcome. It is a pleasure to have you. And for all of you returning, I really hope that you are excited for another 6 new discussions on a wonderful piece of Disney history, whether it is Disney canon classics, even though we're not getting any of them this year, it's still part of the channel, Disney Pixar, as well as Studio Ghibli, even though Studio Ghibli is no longer owned by Disney over here in the United States. It is still something that John Lasseter brought to us, and we treasure everything that Studio Ghibli is, of course. So, as you all know, if you are returning, you do know that when we get to a new year, we step outside of the box and we take a look at another little piece of Disney magic. And today is a very interesting episode because I got to admit that I really didn't know what to think about the fact that I was going to be reviewing a Disney Plus TV show. Now, granted, last year I reviewed the sequel to the early 2000s film Enchanted, which was Disenchanted, of course, once again featuring Amy Adams, but this was a movie that was actually originally supposed to be in theaters, but due to the pandemic, they had to go straight to Disney Plus, and that was pretty much what we got. So this is a original piece of Disney programming, and it is actually from the world of Pixar. And this is the official sequel TV series to one of the most well-known and most beloved Disney Pixar films from 2001, which I actually reviewed back in 2023, Monsters Incorporated, and we're talking about the show Monsters at Work, starring a wonderful cast including Ben Feldman, Mindy Kaling, the legendary Fonz himself, Henry Winkler, and of course, returning some familiar voices from this original movie, Billy Crystal, Jennifer Tilly, and John Goodman. So Monsters at Work takes place just a short time after Monsters Incorporated takes place. And it's the story of a young monster named Tyler who receives his letter welcoming him aboard to become a scarer over at Monsters Incorporated. Little did he know that when he actually got there, that the whole company had just taken a shift. Mr. Waternoose had been officially arrested and thrown out as CEO, leaving Mike Wazowski and James Sullivan, aka Sully, as the official people in charge of Monsters Incorporated, and now it's laughter thereafter because they no longer scare because they care. It is a brand new time for Monsters Incorporated. It is a time of innovation, it's a time of creativity, and of course the ultimate goal is to keep the power running through the power of children's laughs instead of children's screams. So I didn't really know what to think because when they announced Disney Plus and announced what they were going to do, I was really a little bit unenthusiastic because of the fact that they were basically taking everything that was pure from Disney and just giving us more that we didn't necessarily think we wanted or needed. So, Monsters at Work, I watched it because of the fact that this was something that my wife was very interested in. I mean, let's be realistic. The fact that they did bring Billy Crystal and John Goodman back gave me a little bit of hope, but I wasn't really sure what I was going to expect. And only 10 episodes, and apparently there will be a second season. I was really surprised. I had a phenomenal time with this show. Granted, the animation is not as great as what you would get from a big budget Pixar film, but what you get is you get the same comedy, the same atmosphere, the same music, and you see something that you've never seen before in the world of Monsters Incorporated. You see the little team known as the Miffed. They are the monsters behind the monsters. They are the ones that take care of the company and keep it running. They fix the machines. They make sure that the workers get everything that they need. They are the true backbone of Monsters Incorporated. And Tyler gets assigned to this team reluctantly on his part because he thought he was going to be a scarer. And then when he finds out that it's all about getting laughter, he wants to be a jokester. But he hasn't been chosen. So he needs to occupy his time with this group of misfit monsters for the purposes of just making his daily wages. And there is fun to be had at every turn. I will definitely say that Mindy Kaling is spot on, but Henry Winkler, as far as I'm concerned, is the star of the show. He is a bungling, lovable idiot who is actually in charge of the team that Tyler is now working with, and it is just so funny how he just loves this team so much, and yet he still has no idea how to operate it fully. And there's so much laughter, there's so much excitement. Every episode is hilarious, and I love how they really keep close-knit to the monsters' mythos. You see a lot of callbacks from the original film, and you even get some callbacks from the 2013 film Monsters University, which I also really appreciated. So, after watching all 10 episodes, I personally enjoyed this show a great deal. I thought it was so fun and so lovable, and again, getting some of the cast back, even John Ratzenberger coming back to be in an episode as the Abominable Snowman again. I mean, that's not a spoiler, guys. The show has been around for quite some time, but they're claiming that there is a second season in the works for this year in 2024, so I'm hoping that's the case because I would love some more episodes. I would love to see some more adventures of Tyler now that we know where he's going at the end of the show. I won't spoil that for you, but check it out, guys. If you haven't watched Monsters at Work, especially if you love Monsters Incorporated, and yes, if you love Monsters University as well, I think you'll really enjoy Monsters at Work. I really, really do. So that is the first of my brand new series of episodes for this year's Out of the Vault segment. I really hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment in the box below. If you've seen Monsters at Work, let me know. And if you haven't, let me know if you're interested in watching it now. I will see you in the next one. If you enjoyed the video you just watched, feel free to leave a comment. Also, feel free to subscribe if you want to be up to date with our latest videos. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next one. Actions speak louder than words.